As the world's largest e-commerce company, Alibaba has conquered the global technology industry. So, what does the future look like for the tech darling? This video outlines a few of Alibaba next moves as the e-commerce giant steps into the next stages of its life as a public company. Future steps including become equivalent to world's fifth richest country by 2020, adapting itself to transformed retail industry in the future, creating a strong infrastructure for commerce, leveraging cloud computing power, preparing for the IPO of Ant Financial, entry into the smart car market, step into mobile messaging again, and next step of global expansion. Alibaba announced the company's goal to size up equivalent to the fifth largest economy in the world in terms of GDP by 2020. In 2016, Jack Ma said he aims to more than double Alibaba's gross merchandise value to $1 trillion in the next 4 years. As a result, the online giant would double the $463 million in GMV it made last fiscal year and have the equivalent to the world's fifth richest country's gross domestic product. In order to actualize Jack Ma's ambitious growth projections, Alibaba will need to boost more than just its e-commerce arm. As Alibaba continues to dominate the Chinese internet economy, it has extended its services into sectors such as financial services and logistics. Jack Ma claims that the e-commerce giant has done this primarily by developing its big data and cloud computing units. Jack Ma mentioned that, with e-commerce rapidly becoming a traditional business, pure e-commerce players will face tremendous challenges. The company is anticipating a transformed retail industry in the future, one driven by the integration of online and offline shopping, logistics, and data transmission across a single value chain. The company is thus adapting itself to remain a major player in the new economic environment. As the line between online and offline retail blurs, large e-commerce giants As pure e-commerce players look for other growth options, Alibaba is looking to create a retail ecosystem, which integrates the online experience with brick-and-mortar shopping. The company is reportedly working with Sunning Commerce and Intime Retail to achieve this goal. Alibaba's long-term goal is to be the enabler for merchants to improve their overall sales and marketing productivity, and to enhance the shopping experience using digital tools. The company's online to offline efforts are directed towards this goal, and its mobile app GNU, which has over 6 million users, provides merchants with the ability to run their businesses more efficiently. The company is working on several initiatives in the payments segment with Alipay, its payment gateway, which is being upgraded to meet international security standards. In the logistics segment, Alibaba has alliances with several logistics companies in Asia to strengthen its delivery network. The company is working to bring millions of small and medium enterprises on its platform, providing them with ancillary support. These efforts should continue to drive growth for Alibaba over the long term. Currently, cloud computing is a very small part of Alibaba's business and accounts for around 8% of its valuation, according to Forbes estimates. However, the company believes that cloud computing and big data will be the two main pillars which will support its merchants in future. Jack Ma also believed that computing power and data would be the two key drivers which will transform the retail landscape in the next 30 years. The company has been investing heavily in its cloud infrastructure, which ranks among the world's top 3 cloud computing companies. Nearly 35% of the websites in China are hosted by Alibaba's cloud. Another goal of Alibaba's long-term strategy is to leverage this infrastructure to enable businesses to market their products better and reach target audiences easily. Alibaba's financial arm, Zhejiang and Small and Micro Financial Services Group, also known as Ant Financial, is slated for a reported 2017 IPO in Shanghai. According to one banker, Ant's IPO has been pushed back to late 2018 or the first half of the following year because of the need to secure regulatory approval and to focus on building the business. Ant Financial has plans for a global expansion and has been buying up assets overseas, including in India, South Korea, and the United States, where it is seeking to acquire MoneyGram. It was valued at $60 billion in its last financing round. in April 2016, and is seeking to raise $4 billion ahead of its public debut. In 2015, Alibaba announced it will be establishing a joint fund to create its first smart car. The sports vehicle has been developed over the last 2 years as part of a joint venture between Alibaba and China's largest automaker SAIC Motor Corp, which put a combined $160 million into the 50-50 project. Alibaba's smart car, the RX-5, was available for pre-order on Tmall from June 2016. It's priced upwards of RMB 148,800, $22,300, with deliveries scheduled to start in August. SAIC developed the vehicle, and Alibaba provided a new version of Alibaba's operating system and cloud computing services to enable the car to connect to and tap into various internet services. The venture marks Alibaba's foray into the sector of internet-connected vehicles, a market pushed by the Chinese government that is also attracting tech giants in both China and abroad. Alibaba is revisiting its approach to mobile messaging. In an attempt to rival Tencent's wildly popular WeChat, Alibaba launched DingTalk in 2015, a messaging app targeting small to mid-sized businesses that merges social and business networking. The project marks Alibaba's re-entry into the Chinese mobile messaging market, after making the chat app Leiwang available at the end of 2012. The app proved to be a flop, and its anemic user base is eclipsed by WeChat's 500 million users. The e-commerce giant is investing money in foreign apps to enhance its social media ventures and further the development of its mobile services. Alibaba invested $200 million in the Venice, CA-based photo messaging app Snapchat, raising the 4-year-old company's valuation to $15 billion. Alibaba also invested $215 million in Tango, another messaging app, and contributed to a $250 million funding round for LYFT, the San Francisco-based ride-sharing app. In the next 20 years, Alibaba hopes to serve 2 billion consumers around the world, empower 10 million profitable businesses and create 100 million jobs. As it works towards meeting its ambitious target of a large user base, global growth is an essential element of Alibaba's longer-term strategy. The company is looking at the acquisition route in India, where it has stakes in several e-commerce and payment companies. It is likely to establish itself in the region in the near term. While it is still exploring options in Europe and the United States, the company is strengthening its payments tool Alipay, such that it can be accepted by merchants in these regions, when used by Chinese travelers. Alibaba will focus on new markets to fuel its global expansion plan, such as Southeast countries. Finally, Alibaba plans to follow the One Belt One Road strategy, to expand its presence outside the world. Just made a very strategic move in the United States. Alibaba built its second data center, in Silicon Valley in the United States in 2015, as part of the company's plans to expand into the global cloud service market. The company has 4 pre-existing data centers, and set up its first satellite division overseas in Silicon Valley, with plans to extend to Europe and Southeast Asia, before the end of the year. The establishment of the United States data center marked Alibaba's first expansion outside of China. The cloud computing hub first services Chinese companies operating within the United States, and then prospective American companies. Alion will target other e-commerce merchants and businesses, offering the same commercial cloud and on-demand bandwidth services that has made it the most popular cloud operating business in China. Additionally, Jack Ma on January 9, 2017 met with the United States President Donald Trump to discuss the e-commerce company's the United States expansion plans. The company said in a statement that Alibaba will create 1 million jobs by enabling 1 million American small businesses and farmers to sell the United States goods to China and Asian consumers on the internet platform for the next 5 years. Alibaba's expansion would focus on products like garments, wine, and fruits, with a special focus on trade between the American Midwest and Southeast Asia. Alibaba will focus on new markets to fuel its global expansion plan. India will become key to Alibaba's global success. And financials, Alibaba's investment arm made large investments in Snapdeal and Paytm. Now it wants to become a significant player in Indian e-commerce. India is the only country, which has a growing internet population, has crossed the United States, and still have a lot of headroom. But Ma is not only concentrating on India. Alibaba has opened country headquarters in Australia and New Zealand. Jack Ma said that Alibaba would help Australian and New Zealand businesses share their world-famous products with billions of customers around the world. Alibaba's Tmall and Tmall Global already houses more than 1,300 Australian and 400 New Zealand brands. Alibaba will also expand its footprint in the areas of cloud computing, payments, digital entertainment and logistics. Alibaba Group Holding expanded its e-commerce footprint to fast-growing Southeast Asia, with a $1.34 billion deal for control of Lazada Group, as it seeks more sales from beyond China. Jack Ma has set a goal of getting at least half the company's revenue from overseas, with the Lazada deal adding sales of clothing and electronics in 6 Southeast Asian markets including Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. With the investment in Lazada, Alibaba gains access to a platform with a large and growing consumer base outside China, a proven management team and a solid foundation. Alibaba also plans to follow the One Belt One Road strategy to expand its presence outside the world. Jack Ma's electronic world trade platform will play a complementary role to China's One Belt One Road initiative, with the objective of reducing barriers and making it easier for small to medium-sized enterprises to expand their trading capabilities worldwide. To build e-commerce infrastructure and enhance regional connectivity, Alibaba has launched a virtual hub, with easier entry for smaller firms in Malaysia, and also plans a hub in Thailand. Alibaba Payment Affiliate and Financial plans Alipay like mobile payment services this year in other economies related to the Belt and Road.